Okay, first step, factor that denominator. And that's going to be x plus 2. That's going to be x squared minus 1, x squared plus 1. I can still factor that, can't I? So what do you get? You get x plus 2, x plus 1, x minus 1, times x squared plus 1. Now, x squared plus 1 is irreducible quadratic. So let's write this down. And x plus 2, and you're going to get x, let's see, x4 minus 1 equals, well, let's start writing this down. I'm going to write down a over x minus 1 plus b over x plus 1. And the irreducible quadratic is going to get cx plus d over x squared plus 1. What are you going to do now? Multiply both sides by the LCD. And when you do that, you get x plus 2 equals a. You're going to get x plus 1, the irreducible quadratic, x squared plus 1. You're going to get b, and the b is going to give you x minus 1 times x squared plus 1. This is more complicated, no doubt about it, plus cx plus d times x squared minus 1. All right, pick an easy value for x. And I would say an easiest value for me would probably be minus 1. And what does that give you? Let's see. You would get 1 on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, 2 of the terms disappear. And what are you left off with? Let's see, minus 4b. Let me just check that. Minus 1 is minus 2. And 1 plus 1 is 2. Yeah, minus 4b. So what's b? b equals minus 1/4. Put a box in that, indicating it's important. I don't want to come back to that. All right. So what's another easy value to pick? Well, let's pick another one, and I would say x to be 1. And what would that give you? That would give you 3. And then you would get what? You would get 4a. So a is going to be what? A is going to be 3/4. All right, highlight that. This is a more involved problem, by the way. And now I'm going to pick x to be 0. Again, picking easy values. And again, the curiosity over here is, what the a, b, c, and d are. So I chose the x to be 0. So what are you going to get? You're just going to get 2 on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, if I choose the 0, I just get a then, right? And what's a? A was 3/4. And let me go to the b. On the b, you're going to get, let's see, minus 1 times b, which would be plus 1/4. And then the c disappears, and you're left off with d times minus 1. I think I can figure this out. 2 equals 1 minus d. And then d would have to be, let's take a look at this over here. You're going to take 1 from both sides. You get 1 equals minus d. So d is minus 1. Put a box in this. I'm going to highlight that for you. And I guess we got to figure out c now, right? And I got to pick another number. And certainly, just to remind you the numbers I've picked so far, I picked, let's see, minus 1, 1, 0. I guess I could pick 2. Let's put 2 down. X equals 2. What does this give us? And again, I want to remind you, we're plugging it in over here. You get 4. Now let's be careful here. If you pick 2, you'd get, 2 plus 1 is 3. And that's going to be 3. Let's write this down carefully. 3. Let's see, 4 plus 1 is 5. And the a was what? 3/4, right? I'll write that down. I'll be more careful. It's more difficult. Plus the b. What's the b? The b was minus 1/4. And again, we're picking 2, right? And that's going to be 1 times 5. Wow, it's going to get really complicated, isn't it? Plus, what do you get there? You're going to get 2c. Let's see, plus d. Well, d was minus 1. And then what do you get over there? Again, we're picking 2, so it's going to be 4. And 4 minus 1 is 3. This is more involved, isn't it? So you get 4 equals, let's see, you're going to get there, 1545 quarters minus 5 quarters. And then you're going to get 6c minus 3. You can get 4. 45 minus 5 is 40, and 40 divided by 4 is 10. And 10 minus 3 is 7, and that I'm sorry, plus 6c now. And then you get minus 3 equals 6c, and c would equal to minus 1/2. Put a box in that, and I'll highlight it. All right, let's take a look, see if we got it. All right, so I'm going to erase the a now. And what was the a? It was 3 quarters. I'll write that down for you now. I'm going to erase the b now. And what was the b? Minus 1 quarter. That's a 4, by the way, sorry. Now I got to get this c. What was the c then? The c turned out to be, minus 1/2. All right, let's erase that. And my eraser out. Minus 1/2. And what was the d? The d was minus 1. So I'm going to erase this over here and put the minus 1 down. Now, certainly, I want to emphasize that I'm kind of looking at these things over here. I see this. I see this. And I see this over here. What I want to do is clean it up a little bit. So the first guy, what I'm going to do is multiply by 4 over 4. What would that give me? If I did that, I would get 3 on top, and on bottom I would get 4x minus 4. So I'm in agreement with that. The second term, I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 4. What would you get? You would get minus 1 on top, and on bottom you get 4x plus 4. That's done. Let's take a look at the next thing up. And what do you get there? I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 2. Wow. What do you get there? You would get minus 2x minus 2, but I'd factor that out. But I do this in stages, by the way. And let me point out what I'm talking about over here. So you get minus x minus 2, and I factor the minus 1 out. So I get this over here. And on bottom, what'd you get? You would get 2x squared plus 2. All right? Now someone says, what'd you do over here? I split this thing into 2 terms. What would those 2 terms be? Minus x over 2x squared plus 2, minus 2 over 2x squared plus 2. So I feel comfortable with that. Thank you.